Hey, all the builders and Astar community. Welcome to today's Crawlcast. My name is Toma, and I'm leading all Wasm Dev initiative at Astar Foundation, and I'm your moderator today. A lot of people online. I see almost 150 people. Excited to start. So let's go quickly see our agenda today and what kind of topics we will discuss. So our main focus is on exploring the world of Wasm smart contracts on the Astar network and understanding their benefits and learning about the tools and infrastructure that support their development. We will also discuss collaboration between dev and community builders to advance the adoption of Wasm smart contracts. So to guide you through this exciting journey, we have organized the speeches into the following order. First, Hernando from Verity will enlighten us about Inc. Then Sota will talk about the reason behind the growing popularity of Wasm smart contracts on the Star network, including updates about Sony, incubation, and Toyota hackathon. Then Maarten will give us overview of the infrastructure for Wasm smart contracts. And a lot of our speakers tool infrastructure developers and providers will give us overview about the development process and how these tools enhance the capability of smart contracts. I think this is the most interesting. The last part, but not least, Rams and I will lead a discussion on the collaboration opportunities between dev and community builders to further advance the adoption of Wasm smart contracts and their associations tools on Astar network. After, we will have a QA session. So please ask your question in QA here, not in the chat, because we will miss it. So ask it in QA. We'll ask all of our speakers about it. So with that said, let's move on and welcome Hernando from Verity to the stage. Let's do it.
Yeah, how's it going, everybody? Good morning, good night. I don't know where everybody is, but I'm sure we've got like a nice worldwide audience here. So yeah, today I'll give like a little just brief intro about like Inc., kind of like where our head's at, some of the things that we've been proud to do in the past, and kind of where we're going in the future. It's not going to be anything formal, nothing long, just something to give you a little taster of what we're doing. So I'm sure most of you are familiar with Inc., but for those that aren't, the quick spiel is that Inc. is a Rust-based smart programming language for writing WebAssembly smart contracts. We designed it in mind to kind of be a nice, easy to use, just be Rust kind of language that you could write safe, performant smart contracts with. And you could do it in a way that kind of brings joy to you as a developer, unlike some other smart contracting languages. So that's the main gist with it. And if you've watched like any of the talks or followed any of the Astar community, I'm sure you're familiar with that. But really, I think the next step now that we have like this base foundation of what Inc. is, it's like, okay, what can we do with Inc., right? Like we've got this nice language, what's the point? And kind of the vision that we have going with it now is Inc. should really be your gateway into the Polkadot ecosystem. Inc. is positioned in such a way that it is much more useful, much more versatile than something like Solidity in just the Ethereum box. So what do I mean by being your gateway into Polkadot? So there's a couple different things, or a couple different ways to actually get into the Polkadot ecosystem. Right now, most people, when they think of Polkadot, they think parachains. So these are those application-specific blockchains that make up the Polkadot community. But in order to kind of get started with that, it's a lot more work than writing a smart contract. Not only do you have to like write palettes, which is it can be like quite a bear at times. You also have to convince community members to like launch validators or collators and to support infrastructure. You need to convince block explorers to support your token. You probably need a token in the first place, actually, in order to even incentivize some of these actors. So it can really be a lot of work to get everything up and running. This might make sense, might not make sense for your project, but you don't really know until you can until you can launch something, get it out there. And this is kind of where smart contracts start to look much more appealing. Smart contracts let you, deploy, like orders of magnitudes more code on a parachain or like on Polkadot than a parachain, right? Like I'm sure Astar will be able to support, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of contracts. So we can leverage, these kind of unique advantages of smart contracts and Ink in particular in order to attract developers to the Polkadot ecosystem. So what are some of these other advantages? So if you've heard any of like the talks I've given in the past, I've typically broken down 3 kind of entry points with Ink. So typically it's this idea of like, or I guess not with Ink, but with smart contracts in this world. So the first is this idea of like smart contracts as first-class citizens. So this is something like Astar, where smart contracts are the main feature of the parachain. We have another one that's, smart contracts as a second-class citizen, which is where you kind of leverage both the unique capabilities of a parachain with smart contracts. So you let the smart contracts access certain certain key features of parachain. So for example, maybe you have a parachain that's specializing in good DeFi primitives, and then you let people deploy smart contracts and use those DeFi primitives to build out other stuff. And then the third kind of like track that we've gone down is, Ink as a funnel into the Polkadot ecosystem. So going from smart contract to pallet to a parachain. And something we've been thinking about recently is actually combining that idea of like Ink as a second-class citizen with this idea of Ink as a pathway through Polkadot. So with this idea of hybrid chains, so could you have chains that are like 80% or like 80% of the block space, for example? 80% of the block space goes towards something like the application-specific blockchains, like unique value prop, and 20% goes towards something like smart contracts. This lets you kind of increase the application density on a blockchain. It lets you compose things synchronously, lets you kind of iterate much more quickly, and it lets you get your foot into the Polkadot ecosystem. So let me give you another example. Like maybe you're developing your own parachain, and you don't want to have to keep issuing runtime upgrades like every time you want to test a new feature. Why not allow your chain to have smart contracts and just deploy smart contracts yourself and test your applications like core logic, kind of like an API, right? Like you just think of it as this black box of, this is my parachain's logic. And then you yourself deploy smart contracts, iterate against that API. And then once you're comfortable, then you can develop Palette, throw it in your runtime, and then go through that whole song and dance. So ideas like this will, allow developers to increase how quickly they can iterate, allow people to get feedback much more quickly, and also improve the efficiency of the block space that's provided to your parachain. So that's kind of where we're going with it. I guess as far as like another sort of like idea that we have is how can we make the transition from a smart contract to a parachain more seamless? All right. So we've got a couple ideas here. Like, could we potentially use Ink to write palettes? Like, that would be a cool idea. Or what if we could have like standalone Ink chains? So if you think about kind of like a pair thread sort of model, where like you do one thing, you do it kind of not on demand, but like whenever you're like triggered by some external actor, you could kind of think, put Ink smart contracts and standalone parachains together there. So it's like, what if your smart contract had the ability to just scale up, be a parachain with all that block space for like, a tiny bit of time, just when it's called, and then like go back to being dormant whenever it's not needed. So those are the sorts of things that we're thinking about the future of Ink. How can we make sure that Ink is the gateway to the Polkadot ecosystem? So with that, I guess I'm not sure who's next, but I'm happy to answer any questions or just keep going with the Wasm Day.
Yeah. I hope you hear me now. Yeah, thank you so much. Any question to Fernando here? I didn't see any in QA session. So you could stay with us here in the top section in a wing. If somebody will have a question, I will put you on the main stage. Thank you. Yeah, the next speaker today is a well-known person, CEO and founder of Astar Foundation. Sota, are you here? Sota?
Yeah, I'm here. I know. Sorry.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your turn. Welcome to the stage.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Cool. I don't know why, but I cannot see my face. Can you see my face?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm sorry about that. My name is Sota Watanabe. I'm joining another call right now. But yeah, happy to be here. Good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. And I think WebAssembly, supporting WebAssembly is one of our major milestones for us from day one. And finally, Asta is going to be functional, right? So I'm super excited. So I think this is phase 2 for Asta. And about Asta network, we started Asta network back in 2019. And at the time, Asta was recognized as Plasma network, and we changed our marketing strategy and we renamed from Plasma to Astar. Back in 2021, we became a parachain, and the Polkadot does not support smart contract by design, right? So we started making a smart contract layer for Polkadot. And finally, we became a parachain 1 year ago, and our ecosystem is getting bigger and bigger. Right now, we are making the ecosystem map, and luckily we have more than 210 projects in the ecosystem. But the problem is all projects are built on EVM. So in this sense, we are reproducing something which Ethereum can do, or Ethereum layer 2 can do, or Polygon can do, right? And from today, we support WebAssembly smart contract. And finally, we're gonna make something only Polkadot can do. And we're gonna support WebAssembly as well as EVM, so people can deploy Solidity smart contract as well as Ink smart contract. So Astar is going to be the future of multi-chain smart contract, and Astar will be finally functional. Could you go next page? Yeah, we have a lot of the solutions, and we have been developing for more than 3 years. But we are still early stage. But we do have multiple solutions like trustless cross-chain, XCM, and the innovative build-to program. Build-to is pretty innovative, I guess. And we invented basic income for developers. And developer is the most important human resource in a blockchain ecosystem, but they are paying gas cost to develop something. Oh yeah, finally, hi everyone. And we're gonna distribute basic income to developers based on their own chain activity, or maybe contribution. And the people in our ecosystem, developer can earn token while making smart contract, while making infrastructure. So this is another reason why people join Astar. And I'm going to explain another reason why people join Astar later. And from today, WebAssembly smart contract will be supported. So we are going to make next wave from today. And we're gonna see multiple DEX on WebAssembly, multiple lending platform, and multiple DAO, NFT solutions, and so on. And the last one is the interoperability between smart contract. So we're gonna support EVM as well as WebAssembly and make them interactive. WebAssembly and EVM are still a little bit, tough to understand for people who are not familiar with, engineering. So I have a analogy. So a lot of the people are using Windows 30 years ago. And people are using, PowerPoint, Excel, Word, and so on. But Mac OS is more sophisticated, I guess, for developer and for designer. And WebAssembly is something like Mac. And from today, we are using Windows OS, but from now, we support Mac OS on the top of Astar. And you can now use, let's say, PowerPoint on the top of Mac, on the top of Windows. So you're going to have a multiple options. Could you go next? Yeah, I have been working on Japan narrative, Japan strategy in our team. And luckily, we have already have a partnership with top 3 Japanese projects, which is Toyota, Sony, and NTT. And we have done Toyota Hackathon, and more than 424 projects applied to Toyota Hackathon. And we got more than 45 submissions, and we chose 8 winners together with Toyota. And the Toyota's people are really satisfied with the hackathon. And the good thing is now I have a direct contact with the decision maker of Toyota, and we have been talking for the next step right now. And second one is the Sony. Could you go to the next page? Yeah, Sony. We started Web3 incubation program together with Sony. I think Sony is the most promising company in terms of Web3, Japanese company in terms of Web3, because they have a movie, they have music, they have bank, they have a car, they have a gaming, right? So we started incubation program together, and more than 200 applications we got within 2 weeks. And we selected 19 different projects, and they're gonna deploy on Astar within a month or 2. So, and this is the first incubation program. And we have already agreed that to have second and third and fourth incubation program together with Sony. And I have been working with Sony for more than 6 months right now. And we're gonna have a multiple, updates. So looking forward to it. Yeah. And also we have been working with NTT Docomo, which is the third largest company in Japan, and 30% of the people are using NTT Docomo mobile. I cannot announce the news right now, but something will be published in coming months. So from today, WebAssembly smart contract will be supported. And you can consider this as Astar Smart Contract 2.0. As Hernando said, we have been working together with Parity for a long time. And the Ink Smart Contract is developed by Parity. And Ink is the last base smart contract language for Substrate in the Astar. So Smart Contract 1.0 is EVM Solidity, and Astar Smart Contract 2.0 is WebAssembly Smart Contract. And we're gonna support last smart contract, but we are going to work also on TypeScript or JavaScript and so on for Web2 developer. Yeah, maybe that's it.
Good. Thank you so much. But I have 2 questions here.
Yeah.
The first one, I hope you could see that on the screen now. Does Astar have participated in the development of the recent patent from Sony regarding NFT in games?
I think Sony announced the patent of the NFT and they're going to make the interoperability between gaming hardware like PlayStation 5 and Xbox and so on. I'm not directly involved in patent and also technical developments, but I know the people who are working on this.
Good.
Yeah, tough
Thank you.
things is
One
we have
more.
been working together with a lot of the multiple corporates. So there are a lot of the things which I cannot announce because of the NDA.
Yet. You could not announce yet, right?
Yeah.
But it will be soon on our Twitter and your Twitter as well.
Yeah.
One more. I think cool. Will Astar bring the Sony NFC from the PlayStation to the Web3?
Yeah, what I can say right now is I'm doing my best to bring them. Yeah, we're gonna make a narrative like backed by Japan in coming 3 months. My mission was to make narrative called backed by Japan by the end of quarter 2. But I think you know we did a great job. But as a next step, we're gonna focus on WebAssembly. So this crowdcast is very meaningful for me and also really excited.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you for this speech and appreciate that you shared a lot of updates regarding Toyota Hackathon and Sonic. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is ready. Martin, are you with us?
I am here. Can you hear and see me?
Yes, I could hear you and see you. So the next speaker is Maarten Henskens, the head of Astar Foundation.
Hey everyone, thanks for being here, and thanks Toma for moderating everything. I'm calling in from the Greece mountains, so it could be that my internet is a little bit unstable, but I hope I will get through this slide here, and with the introduction as well, with the infrastructure for the Wasm smart contracts. It's been an exciting day for us, and today is the day that Astar is at the phase where we wanted it to be, like 1.5 years before, when we launched as well our idea, as well our parachain. We always wanted to be that multi-virtual machine environment, and today is the day that we have that multi-virtual machine environment and not only have EVM. So today we announced that the smart contract 2.0 is live on Astar network. With the 2.0 we mean we support EVM, the Solidity language, and then we also support the Wasm smart contracts with Ink and later as well Ask language. And great to announce this today. Later on, we will have great talkers as well who will tell us more about how they are building out their toolings into our infrastructure. Because without toolings, having smart contracts will not make any sense. Because having toolings available for our builders to build with, it's very key. And that's why we focused a lot on this in Q1, where we were focusing on our infrastructure, meaning that we wanted to provide the oracles that are needed for a DeFi product and indexes. We also wanted to make sure we have those explorers supporting the Wasm or the contract palette. We wanted to make sure we have toolings in the pipeline as well for the multi-sig solutions for Ink and so on and so on. So first, we wanted to make sure our toolings are there, ready for the builders, and then we could shift the contract palette live on Astar network. And besides having the infrastructure, it was also very important to have those first initial builders. And with the initiative that we had together with Parity with the Polkadot European Hackathon, as well as previous hackathon, we saw more and more interest going into the Ink language and more interest coming into the Wasm environment. The last hackathon that we had for the Polkadot European Hackathon, I think we had around 14, 15 submissions only for Ink, while previously it was only like 2 or 3. So we see a huge gain in interest with the builders on trying Ink language or trying to build with Wasm and trying to build on Astar network in this new environment. Why it's so important, or why we always say like Ink can be a great gateway for every builder into Polkadot, because like Hernando was saying, Ink is based on the Rust language. So the moment you can write your Ink smart contracts, you also have more confidence or understanding about the palettes it's running on, our framework, the substrate framework, and have like a more deeper understanding as you as builder on the complete Polkadot framework or the substrate framework than as you would if you only would focus on Solidity language. So I think Ink can be a great way for builders to explore Polkadot, to explore Astar, to explore whole new possibilities and bring that innovation not only to Astar network, but into the entire ecosystem. So who's building on Astar network? We will have a new page live on our website in the next couple of hours, hopefully still today, otherwise tomorrow. And I think Toma will share now how our current ecosystem map would look like. Yes. So if you would go later on after this crowdcast to our website, Astar.network, and you would click on ecosystem, we create like a complete overview about all the projects who are currently building on us. This is not only on our EVM side, but also projects who are currently already testing or have something live on Shiden on the Ink side. So we have been, as you can see, partners here are like all the toolings partners. We have as well our own Swanky. So if you are building with the Wasm smart contracts, check out Swanky because this is your all-in-one toolkit that you need to build with that. And then we have other great partners who are here as well for gathering data like Sentio as well as Covalent, Chain ID, and so on as well. I will also explain a little bit about the upcoming infrastructures that we will have as well later today launched. One being Subscan. Subscan will make sure that we will have our Wasm environment on our explorers. Everybody here who's familiar with Polkadot, they know Subscan. So what will Subscan do? They will have everything available for EVM. So the moment you are interacting with a dApp on EVM, you can see all the transactions there. And today they will also launch as well the Wasm part. So the moment you will interact with the Ink smart contract, they will also, you can also look at where those contracts are called, a complete list of the contracts that are deployed, and so on and so on. Later at the milestone 2 in the next couple of weeks, they will also add the smart contract verification tool, meaning that every builder who wants to verify their smart contract can also do this in the next couple of weeks on Subscan. On the other partner that we are currently doing with the Chain ID, what they are doing is creating a Remix environment. As all Solidity developers know about Remix, that you can write your contracts in a web interface. They will create it as well for the Wasm. So the moment you are creating your Ink smart contract on Chain ID, you can also deploy it directly on Shiden or Astar and make sure everything is like there is a similar feeling as if you would use Remix for Ethereum. Then Web3 Labs, it's another provider who is building out our Wasm Explorer. They also created the smart contract verification tool that more projects will use as well. And then we have another project, not Gnosis, but the developer community, Gnosis. They will also build out a Gnosis for Ink, meaning that DeFi protocols can also use a trusted environment for multi-sig solutions like Gnosis, but then for the Ink applications. I think next slide, Toma.
Yeah, but I have a few questions to you as well.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, a lot of the question, thank you for that. And I see by priority 5 votes for this question, so I'm going ahead with this. Which tools are available to track smart contract data now? Or which one will be in near time?
So if you mean track data like calling contracts and see transactions going on those contracts, it will be Subscan. They will launch it today. They will launch it today. And as well, Web3 Labs, they will create their own Wasm Explorer. So that's a great way to track smart contracts data.
Good, thanks. The next one, would Wasm work and isolation from EVM? Is there still a plan for XCVM?
Yes, there is. And if I think Hoon already commented this question. So XVM is still under heavy development. So currently we have XVM 2.0 released on Shiden as well on Shibuya. So this is already available for builders who want to test it out. We are now heavily developing the XVM 3.0, and this will be released later on this year. And it will be first introduced to Shiden and later on going to Astar.
Interesting one. Do we have educational programs for developers and zero coding courses?
Yes, we do. We are currently even creating like an academy for people who have like zero coding experience and learning of using Wasm smart contracts. But you can already check our documentation, and there is like a section. It's called From Zero to Ink Hero, and it's like a course that you can take. There are three steps: for beginners, intermediate, and then for expert. It first starts with just deploying a Flipper contract, basic understanding of the Ink language, how a Flipper contract works, and so on. Then if you would move to an intermediate tutorial, you will see a tutorial regarding deploying NFT smart contracts, as well as deploying a marketplace. And if you really want to go to the advanced one, there you can see a full tutorial on how to build a Uniswap version 2 clone with Ink and make your own Wasm decks if you want. So we do have an extended tutorials available in our documentation, but more and more will become as well very soon. And I can recommend everybody with zero coding knowledge to join the upcoming hackathon with Encode. There will be like series coming as well, educational series supported by Parity as well as us, where we will explain all everything that you need to know to start building out with Ink. So feel free to check out this as well.
Thank you so much. I think we're done with the questions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, let's continue here. So good. Now we will explore the available tools for Wasm smart contracts more deeply. And we have an exceptional lineup of speakers who will share their insights and experience with us. Each speaker will explain how their respective tools work and how they can be used to enhance the capability of Wasm smart contracts. Yeah, I think this is actually excellent opportunity to learn about these tools and think how we could use it as well and how you could contribute to the development, because most of these projects are open source. So I think that's really good. As you listen to the speaker, I encourage you more to think about potential use cases, how you could use these tools, and maybe you could ask even use case questions in the QA session, and I will for sure ask our speakers about it. So our next speaker, it's Savola team, Ryan, Business Development Manager. Are you with us here?
Hi, thank you, Thomas. Hey guys,
Hello.
can you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for having me here today. I think we don't have much time, so I'm gonna make it quick. So a quick introduction about Subwallet. We are right now the leading and comprehensive non-custodial wallet solution for the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem, which offers the community with great UI UX. And right now we support like more than 150 networks in the ecosystem, and we are adding more and more constantly. You can do almost everything with Subwallet, from cross-chain access management, crowd loan management, NFT management. You can also do in-app staking. So actually we do support in-app staking for Astar the app staking. So you can choose your projects that you like to do in-app staking. I mean, Astar the app staking. We also support in-app XCM transfer. So let's say you can XCM transfer inside the wallet from Astar to Polkadot relay chain, from Astar to any other parachains. as well. We also support hardware wallet connect, so you can connect your Ledger, you can connect your parity signer or Keystone with a sub wallet. We also support fiat on-ramp feature. So let's say you can buy Astar with sub wallet and pay by fiat currencies. And also you can view your transaction history inside the wallet. Talking about the traction, so actually right now we have about more than 50,000 installs from more than 100 countries, and about 40,000 of them are weekly active users. We have been a key member of the Subtrade Builders program and also funded by the Polkadot Treasury. Right now, I think we are the only one in the ecosystem that is available on both extension version and also mobile app. And you can sync your accounts between your desktop and your mobile and use it at any time, anywhere on the go. Sub wallet also has been supporting the Astar ecosystem since the early days, and right now again we are the only wallet in the ecosystem that is Subtrade, EVM, and WebAssembly compatible. So earlier Sota mentioned that Astar is doing something that Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, or Polygon can do, that is WebAssembly compatible. And actually sub wallet is also doing the same thing. You can see that MetaMask, they cannot support the Polkadot, the Subtrade, and WebAssembly, but sub wallet we can support EVM. So let's say you can just use sub wallet and manage your assets on multiple networks like EVM networks, Binance Smart Chain networks, and also Subtrade ecosystem, Astar, and so on. We do support ink tokens and NFTs on Astar from day one. So I think I can give you a very quick demo about how you can use sub wallet and also how to kind of manage your ink tokens and NFT inside the wallet. Oops. So just wait a moment, please. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see it now?
Yes, we could see.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So let's see. You can see sub wallet here. I have already have it installed and already create some accounts. So you can see the here you can create new account. We support Subtrade and EVM both. You can also kind of import your private keys from MetaMask into sub wallet and manage your EVM accounts inside the wallet. You can also import your account from seed phrase. You can import by QR code, and you can also import from Polkadot.js. You can connect your Ledger device and so on. Here you can manage your cross-chain access. Like you can manage your DOT, your Kusama, and Astar as well. If you want to manage your other assets on other networks, you can also turn on and turn off here. Let's say statements and so on. So here I already turn on my Astar. Let me, I don't want to have it, so I will turn it off. So I will manage my Astar network here. You can see like Astar, you can see also DOT, which I like XCM transfer it from Polkadot relay chain to Astar, and you can see it here. You can manage your NFT, Astar NFT. Manage crowd loan, you can manage your like in-app staking here. And you see the Astar app staking here. And you can see your transaction history. So how about in NFT? So today we will have Para's team. I think they will have the kind of the free mint NFT in NFTs today. And I did try this today afternoon. And you can see my in NFT is show here. So at the moment, only sub wallet support NFT on Astar. So you can see the NFT here. You can kind of also send it to another address. Very simple. You can type your another address here and you click send. So I also have my other account here, and you can also see my ink NFT visible and manageable on inside the wallet. And you can do this not only on the extension version on desktop, but you can also use it on your mobile. You can sync your account between the desktop and the mobile with the QR feature. And after you sync your account, all of the assets will be automatically sold on the mobile wallet, and you can use it anytime, anywhere on the go. Yes, so we do think that WebAssembly and ink is the future. So we have been trying and following its development since the early day, and we will continue to kind of support Astar and also all of the projects in the Astar ecosystem very closely. So if you have any question, if you are building any DApps, any projects, NFT, GameFi, DeFi, and so on, and DAOs and so on the Astar ecosystem, and you need any kind of support from wallet, so please let me know, because in our point of view, actually the wallet is something like a very first touch point and the gateway for any users to enter a blockchain ecosystem. So we can do that together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was really interesting time, and I'm excited about the NFT mostly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it here. The next one, Hello Network. Hank, are you here with us?
Hello? Hello? Is it working?
Yes. Yes, perfect. It's working.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome to the stage.
All right, yeah, I'm very glad to be here. I'm Ham from Fala Network. I'm the co-founder and also the CTO. So yeah, first of all, congratulations to the Astar team of the WebAssembly launch day. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. One of the reason is us, Fala Network is also using the WebAssembly smart contract, the ink language, as our smart contract language. So I believe we have a lot of shared value here. So just in case you you don't know what we're doing, let me give a very brief intro. So basically, Fala Network is using ink smart contract, not running on the blockchain like Astar, but we run in the off-chain world. So we have different focus, and we think the off-chain computation will be a good complementary to the on-chain smart contract. So this is basically our vision. So just imagine on Astar, people run the smart contract on the blockchain, and it's superior to the like the Solidity contract running in the EVM world. And on our side, we run it on the off-chain world, with also a lot of advantage from using the WebAssembly smart contract. So what is the difference? Basically, on the blockchain, you can do a lot of things, and there are also a lot of features unlocked only by the WebAssembly smart contract. On the other hand, there are still a lot of things that are not so easy to be implemented on the blockchain. For example, whenever you want to get some data from the off-chain world, you're going to use an oracle. And whenever you want to push something from the blockchain to the off-chain world, maybe you want to have some kind of push notification, or sometimes you want your smart contract to be automated, maybe run it every hour or every day. This is called automation. So all those use cases involve some components not available on the blockchain, and that is what we're focusing on. since we run the ink smart contract in the off-chain world, so we can easily access the internet. So it can be as easy as writing maybe 5 or 10 lines of code to build your own oracle. And then we fetch the data from our network, send it to the smart contract like Astar. And yeah, this is how easy we can build oracle on Fala network. On the other hand, that is from the off-chain world to the on-chain world. We can do the reverse, right? We can have something happening on the blockchain, and we can have a backend built with ink and running in the off-chain world, just watch some message or some events happening on the blockchain. And once we notice that, we can send a push notification to your Telegram account or Discord account, just like the push notification. We also support the things like automation. You can specify like this transaction will be called every hour or every day. So yeah, all those things happening on the off-chain world can be a very good complementary to work together with the smart contract on the blockchain. So yeah, this is what we're doing right now. And the things we are working on in the recent days is that we noticed that writing the ink smart contract is still a little bit challenging for the people who don't have much experience. So what we're doing right now is we're making it minimal barrier. We make a no-code tooling that you can just choose, like browsing the App Store. You can select, I want to maybe build an oracle with the like Subsquid API or the Graph API, and just mirror that to the blockchain. So this is the oracle template. We're also going to build like the automation template and also push notification templates, just to make it work out of the box. So whenever you're building the Astar smart contract, once you need some Oracle automation or push notification, just have a try with our new Fed contract bricks. We call that Fed contract. But actually, you may not even need to write a single line of code to use that. It just work out of the box. So yeah, this is what we're building. And we, of course, Astar is one of the leading projects who have launched the Ink smart contract right now. And for us, we're going to launch all those toolings maybe a little bit later, but not too late. We're going to launch it by the end of next month. So yeah, just stay tuned. And if you are a developer of Ink smart contract, or you even don't have you even haven't entered the Astar development, just keep tuned. We're going to offer you all the off-chain computation tooling you will require in the future. Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much about what we're doing. And one more thing is actually we are a very old friend of Astar team. Beyond the tooling we offer that can work with Astar smart contract, we also had some other collaboration with Astar from the very beginning. For example, a recent collaboration is the tool called Swanky. So just in case you are not you didn't notice that, Swanky is a very awesome tool, pretty similar to Hard Hat when developing Solidity. This is the Ink version. It can be used to develop not only Astar smart contract, but it also work out of the box when you are when you download it with the Fala Fed contract plugin. So you can once you have know how to write ink, you can use it not only for developing Astar smart contract, but also Fed contract running in the off-chain world. Yeah, so yeah, we're pretty happy about the launch of WebAssembly smart contract on Astar network, and I believe WebAssembly and Ink smart contract will be the future for this year and even the next few years. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your speech, and thank you that you were here together with us today. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good. And our next speaker Here, I see you with us online. Hey, Sam.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you, and welcome to the stage. Your turn.
Yeah, very excited to be here. I'm Samuel from DIA, and it's a pleasure, yeah, to have this huge crowdcast today with over 700 participants. I mean, that's pretty amazing for such a launch day. We are, yeah, as probably a bit like Fala, we are also on Astar since the very early days. We have a lot of integrations there. We are happy to be part of this day today. And we think this WebAssembly is a great step into the future because it's a very interesting smart contract development platform. For us, it offers almost EVM-like interoperability. We can integrate our tools very easily. Users can integrate our tools very easily, and it's a very good bridge and like a low-hanging fruit for getting into substrate-based chains. So this is not only interesting for Astar for us, but also as a building block in kind of the big multi-chain world when we also talk about bridging, when we talk about getting data from A to B, because that's our main business. We are providing crypto data about assets, data about NFTs, randomness, and so on different chains, and we are very happy to support WebAssembly on Astar from day one. Today we announced the integration of DIX Random, which is a distributed randomness oracle, which is made in collaboration with DRAND. We announced it today on Wasm. So we deployed it on the Shibuya testnet, where builders can already test and start building from basically now onwards. You can set it up by following our documentation. So we have included in our documentation. We will also in the next few days follow up with some documentation in the Astar documentation that you can use random numbers, secure random numbers in your smart contracts for anything that you need random numbers for. We even have deployed this silently 2 days ago, and we just to prepare it and to test it and everything. And even this silent launch worked out well, so there was already someone using it for the last 2 days, and I hope you're here also now in the crowdcast maybe. If you're here, you probably know who you are. So made it into production even before we announced it. And this deployment of XRandom adds to the already existing suite of price feeds for more than 3,000 tokens that we have already available via our asset price oracle on WebAssembly and Astar. So this is a nice addition, and in the future we will also continue to deploy upcoming products always on Astar, both in support for the EVM and in support for Wasm, because we believe that at the moment this is it's great to have both, and it's exciting to see in the future where things will lead. So it's very exciting to be part of this, to be in this very early development of how can we maybe come from other languages, and how can we have something more interoperable so that everyone can participate in this, and that also there's a lot of different ways to get started with coding and to get started to come into this world. So we're very excited to be part of this, and if there's any questions, we're obviously very happy to talk about them. Otherwise, you can always join our Discord and ask us about anything related to DIA there.
Thank you. I think we could share the Discord link in the chat here. So I don't see any open question now, but if you will have any, your Discord is always open for questions, I guess.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here with us. The next speaker is already here. Yes. Good.
Hello. Thanks, everyone.
Hello.
Can you hear me
Hello.
well?
Yeah. Hello, Dmitry, CEO and co-founder of Subsquid. Welcome.
Thanks a lot, Toma. Thanks a lot for inviting us. So, I'm Dima. I'm co-founder of Subsquid, and we provide the best indexing experience in the space. So we support all the substrate chains, most of the EVM chains, and we have first-class support for INC contracts. So I will try to make it a little bit more technical, and I will straight ahead share the screen with you. And can you see the code here?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
cool. So this is an example of how you can index pretty much any in contract deployed to Shibuya, Shiden, Astar, and all of zero testnet with our with generating tooling. So all you need is just a simple config file where you define your contract API, which is normally stored somewhere in a local API folder, and the contract address. And in this case, this is a test contract and already deployed to Shibuya, and it is ERC20. Here is the INC API. It is INC version 3, but it also supports INC version 4, and pretty much all the recent developments in the space. And what you need to do is to just run a simple command, which is squid generate. And the tool will automatically generate the whole indexing project just from this very little information. And all you need to do is to define which events from the contract you want to index. In this case, it's just transfers, because it's like a very simple ERC20. And it will generate the schema file, which looks like this. So you see that it collects the block information, block stamp information, extrinsic hash, the from and to and value, like all the transfers that are here. And it generates like the whole bunch of source files which actually do the indexing. So in this case, it generates the squid processor, which connects to the Shibuya archive and actually collects all the necessary events from the chain, decodes them, and presents them with a GraphQL API. And just with very little work, you get ready to use GraphQL API that automatically pops up once you run this command. And here you'll see that, for example, you can query token transfers and, for example, list these two most recent transfers events in the chain. And this is how you see this. Oops. Okay. Yeah, here you'll see this data. So you'll see that, for example, this transfer was from this address to this address, and that was about 1 million token. What is important is that if you look at the data on chain, normally you cannot really do anything with this, because, for example, in the Polkadot.js, this extrinsic is just like a bunch of bytes. So you cannot really even visually explore like what happens with your INC contract, but the squid allows you like a very powerful tool to query, present this data, and build any kind of UI on top of your INC smart contract. So there is a lot more to this. I suggest you to go either to Astar docs and look subsquid there, or go directly to docs subsquid.io. And here you will have subsquid basics, squid generation tools. And we have a simple configuration here, and all the details on how you actually work with INC. All right, so this is pretty much what I wanted to share today. I'll be very happy to answer should there be any questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. No question here. I think if it will be, they will ask you on Twitter, Discord. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And by the way, we update just today the docs, subsquid docs on Astar docs, so you could check it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, and thanks for having me.
Yeah. Bye. Okay. The next speaker should be here. Ricky with us? Let's check the comments so far before that. Yeah, let's go first team. Ooh, yes.
Right. So yeah, can you guys hear me?
Nice. Yeah, I could see you. I could hear you. Hello, Ricky.
All right. Great. Sharing my screen.
Sure.
All right. So yeah, hello folks. GM everyone. And thank you so much for inviting us to the Wasm Launch Day. Very excited to move forward with all the excellent players here from the Astar and the Polkadot ecosystem. So I guess I would like to share with you a couple things, announcements mostly about Paras, where we venture into the new chains we are integrating with Astar and Polkadot, and then thus we are going to build Wasm-based NFT ecosystems both on Astar and also Polkadot. I guess we are new players in the block, right? So about us, we launched back in December 2020 on Near protocol. We were the first, actually one of the first devs that launched there, even before they have the DeFi ecosystems, even before they have the standardization on here. We launched there on December 2020. And up until now, we're still the biggest NFT marketplace on Near with 95% plus of market shares on Near. We have processed 900,000 plus transactions. That sums up to a $25 million worth of trading volumes. For the last couple of years, we have done 150 plus partnerships, and we have 58,000 Twitter followers, which means that most of the partnerships we did is about co-marketing, because we have this pretty big followers to partner up with a lot of NFT projects, DeFi projects, and like most of the NFT projects on here. On the infrastructure side, we have stored 1,000 terabyte plus of NFT medias, ranging from images, JPEGs, PNGs, SVGs, to audios and also videos. And with that, we serve on average 12 terabytes per month of bandwidth to our users through our marketplace, and we receive 2.5 million of API requests per day, which means that we are not only good on the marketing side, on the community side, but our tech and our infrastructure is well tested and ready to be used by everyone. And our vision is to expand the endgame of NFTs, and with that, I believe we can achieve it by working very closely with the whole Polkadot ecosystem, especially Astar network, where we are going to launch most of our products there. Venturing through multi-chain world. For us, we are going to build NFT launchpad and marketplace that will support multiple PSP standard, PSP34 and also PSP37, and later the equipable dynamic remarking NFTs. Most of our stuff will be built on Wasm because that's where our expertise are. On Near, we have 2+ years of experience building Wasm-based smart contracts, also with Rust. So it means we have the experience of building the whole ecosystem from ground up. We are going to build Creator Studio, no-code minting tools, NFT analytics, NFT API, and more. We are going to build the infrastructures and facilitate the onboarding process of new projects to Wasm-based Polkadot ecosystem. And with that, I'll say I am very excited to share with you that Paras is going to launch a launchpad on the Astar network, and it's not just another launchpad. It's not just another NFT launchpad, but it is a new and innovative refundable NFT launchpad. It will be the premier launchpad that offers refundable NFTs that could establish trust within the projects and its community. Because we believe we could onboard a lot of people from Web2 with these refundable NFTs, because it gives them the ability to learn and experience firsthand what it would like to be part of the NFT community. So rug pulls and everything, we can solve the problems by having refundable NFTs. And with that, we are going to propose a new improved NFT standard, a refundable NFT standard, ESP34R. And yeah, just like what sublet team mentioned, we have special gift for all of you. You can directly claim free NFTs on launchpad.paras.id. Not just one NFTs, but two NFTs, one from us and one from Mario and the Astar team. Very excited for all you guys to test it out. It is perhaps one of the first smart contracts that launch on Wasm-based infrastructures on the Astar networks. So really happy if you guys can try it out, mint it up, and basically experiment what it would like, what it would be to be part of the Wasm-based ecosystems on the Astar and Polkadot ecosystem. And also with our arrival on the Astar networks, we are proposing our dev staking, which you can find on the link on the right side, s.id/paras_dev_staking, where we are going to use it for mostly operational and infrastructure and marketing. And not only that, the dev stackers that stake their Astar tokens with us will also receive some incentives as part of our loyalty program expansion, from exclusive rewards, community perks, whitelist spots, free NFTs, giveaways, and revels. So we are very happy to share this with you, and we would love to have your support by liking, commenting, and also voting for us to be part of the dev staking programs on the Astar network. And I guess the last announcement is that the first Wasm-based PFP collections on our launchpad is coming soon. It is called Project Cyber. I blurred up the images, the PFPs, but it is a great one. It is cyberpunk theme, kind of anime style PFPs, and hopefully it will give you the feels of what it would like to be part of the NFT community, especially the first Wasm-based PFP community on the Astar network. And with that, thank you so much for a warm welcome, everyone around here from Astar, Polkadot, and Inc. And we are here to build. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ricky. It was amazing. Just going to mint my NFT after the crowdcast, and I'm looking forward what will be the next. Thank you. Good. Our next speaker is BrushFam, Kirill Nagorny, CMGO of 727 Ventures and BrushFam. Connecting you here. Kirill, are you with us? Okay, I couldn't hear you yet. BrushFam in the house, yes. When we wait for Kirill connection, you could check the pools as well. We have 2 full pools available. Just vote there. That's funny. Let's wait a few minutes. Some technical issues, just will fix it now. Sure. And I just love our chat. The discussion about the fee just going. Hey Rams, welcome to the stage. We are the next ones. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So let's switch to another topic today, Rams. We are going to the main stage now.
Perfect.
Cool. Oh no, 1 second. We need to fix it. Here we go. Cool. So now, okay, the audience will see ours bigger than. Cool. Oh no, it's okay. If someone from the co-host could help us to fix it, will be good. We will now shift our focus to exciting collaboration opportunities between biz devs and community builders in our Astar ecosystem. And I'm really pleased to welcome Rams here, community lead at Astar Foundation. We will lead this discussion together. And let's start with the incubator. So, Astar Foundation has pioneered an initiative to kickstart the growth of the Inc. ecosystem together with Parity, Hala Network, BrushFam, and Aleph Zero. Incubator has been launched, so it's available right now. We will share just the link in the chat now. You could check just the perfect website. I love it. Incubator is funded by Polkadot Treasury Bounty Program to support the growth of all the chain that support Palette Contract and Inc. It focuses on few key areas. It's developer growth, it's security audits, and full stack tooling as well. This initiative provides 3 tracks: builder track, auditor track, and ecosystem grant track. I think from my personal perspective, the incubator becomes a super interesting opportunity for the project which is building right now with Astar and which wants to build with Astar as well. So, and to explore the potential of Inc language. So, yeah, I think that's super exciting and cool. Maybe Hernando here, you're here with us. You could share even more because, yeah. Are you here with us?
Hey, yeah, I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I'll give like a quick spiel on the incubator. So as Toma mentioned, the incubator is this initiative that was funded by the Polkadot Treasury, supported by the Polkadot community, of course. And it's a collaboration between 5 different teams working with Inc. and WebAssembly and all that, with the idea to really kickstart the community. And there's 3 main tracks. So the first one is what we call the builder track, and it's where we want to bring teams from 0 to hero. Basically get them up and running with not only code, but also help them flesh out their business idea, help them with marketing, like, really incubate these teams into building a successful business. The second track has to do with bringing auditors into the space. So there's like a little bit of a chicken and egg problem in that auditors don't necessarily want to enter a space if there's no code to audit. But builders don't want to enter a space unless somebody's willing to look at their code. So we're trying to break the cycle by helping auditors not only learn about Inc, but also providing them with some financial support. So like paying for audits for teams that go through the builder track, for example. And this will give auditors not only experience, but also a bit of a financial incentive to kind of come learn about our ecosystem. The third track has to do with grants. So the idea here is that you can apply for, building tooling, cool smart contract demos, maybe something like even a little more complicated. And we will fund that development, potentially fund your audit as well. Main idea here, though, is that we want code to just, to ship. We want people launching weird, wacky, cool ideas, and just getting more ink code out there. So all these initiatives kind of work together. Like the auditor track will support, the builder and grant track. And likewise, the grant track will support, everybody else. We've launched the website a couple days ago. So I dropped that link in the chat somewhere. So it's use.inc/ubeta. So go check out the site. It's cool. It's got all these nice animations and stuff. And then you can also go and apply for a slot in one of these different tracks. I think we'll keep the applications open for a couple weeks, and just kind of take people on a rolling basis. This again is a cool initiative. Even if you've got a small idea and you're not entirely sure if it's worth getting funding or not, just apply. We're happy to see your ideas. We're happy to support you and really see this ecosystem grow.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And such a legends and such a lot of cool teams support this initiative. Yeah, you just should apply, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good. Let's check Brush Fam connection now.
Hello, Toma. Do you hear me?
Yes. Now I could hear you.
Finally, guys. Thank you for waiting for me. And Toma, guys, thank you for invitation. I'm really glad to be here today. My name is Kirill, as Toma mentioned. I'm representing Brush Fam team here. And first, I would like to congratulate Astar on the launch of Wasm. Launch is for me a word from the space industry. So if you don't mind, I want to raise a blockchain glass of champagne to your team and your new wonderful journey. May it bring space results, guys. You're wonderful. Some say that it has to not been easy to work in the market lately, but for me, I love some others who are pushing forward despite the market context, and Astar, as we see, is a bright player of an ecosystem that sets the tone and demonstrates its strong position. As a marketing person, I'm also interested in watching the strategic initiatives of your company's leader, Sota and Maarten. He made a great presentation and mentioned about his initiatives with such great and giant companies like Sony, like Toyota. It's not enough to make a technical strong product. You need to keep your focus on the go-to-market plan, and Astar's focus on attracting global interest blockchain, popularizing Web3 among large enterprise, and working with also Japanese government gives hope for accelerating mass adoption. Great job, guys. It's really cool. We're glad to have a partnership between our companies. But today we're talking about the launch of Wasm, and in a nutshell, I want to say what cards are in our Brush Fam pockets to make the new chapter in Astar's history brighter, stronger, and even more effective. As you probably know, 77 Ventures and our portfolio company Brush Fam are active in Wasm and focused on tools around ink projects. We are developing Open Brush, Salt Ink, Type Chain, and we're the authors of PSP 22 and 34 standards, as I believe you know it. Now we are developing Patron, and it's a new decision around not new problem. It's going to be a tool for verifying smart contracts on ink. If you make a step back, all these separate tools will become a whole picture. We aim to simplify the development and onboarding projects in our ecosystem, and we move it to our vision month by month. Now, thanks to the strong support of ecosystem and voting, of our members. We are a few days away from continuing the next OpenBrush milestones. Toma, do we have 1 or 2 minutes more?
Yeah, 1 minute is here.
Okay, thank you. I would like also to say a few words about Sota Inc., because it's not only a development tool that allows you to reduce the time of project migration from Solidity to Inc. It is also a marketing tool that should make business teams think like, oh, we can get new markets and access to new users. If your Solidity stuff is working, it's okay, it's great, but you can translate it to Inc., deploy it on probably Astar's network, and reach new audience. For new ones who listen to me right now, who've never heard about OpenBrush, Sota Inc., and other tools I mentioned, that they are open and you can use it free. If you want to check your projects, your Inc. projects, I want you to join our BrushFam Discord or Element. You'll get a cozy place where you can discuss what works and doesn't work in your smart contracts. I will put our link to our Discord in the chat, if you don't mind. We respond very quickly, mostly. I'm joking. Once again, congratulations on the launch day to Astar team. Let's go to the moon first and then to other systems. You're awesome, guys. That's all for me. And please join us in our BrushFam Discord to discuss Wasm and Inc. conferences. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I personally love Sota Inc. Tool. I think it's a perfect idea and a good entering point as well for new developers. And just try it out. That's cool.
Thank you, Toma. Thank you, guys.
Sure. Next, Rams. Are you with us? No.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Cool.
Okay, perfect. Hey, everyone. Glad to be here. I'm Rams, and I especially excited for this day, for this new venture, this new feature that we're having, and that also includes incorporating and now establishing smart contract that we have already for a long time has been this feature called DApp staking. And DApp staking is best described, as our CTO puts it, Hoon, as the teams. So you could have support from the community and fund your ideas, fund your build as you build, and sort of extensively live on as a DApp on Astar network while getting rewarded. So this DApp staking feature, as we've come to know it, has now been sort of evaluated and now been looked at to improve. So our core team and our devs are looking at making DApp staking V3, hopefully coming later this year. And this includes tiers to the DApps and incentives to stake on DApps and move around, be active on the portal. And this will help spread the love and use the feature to its potential. So what's happening with DApp staking is a reconsideration of how one lists and applies for DApp staking. So we've come to know the term build to earn, right? So now there is possibly a method for you to pitch your idea and be bootstrapped with a treasury, whether it's from the community, from the Astar Foundation, to support your idea and your build as you build. So you can check out our forum on the Astar forum and check out some of the proposals already made. You don't have to be a team that is native to Astar, but you do have to come build on Astar. And we're willing and happily look at your proposal with the ambassadors and the core team and discuss it further to see what value we could bring each other. So stay tuned for DApp staking and check out our forum again to learn more about how it's changing and improving and how we're all improving it collectively. And the next thing I'd like to talk about is a feature of Astar that has been long in the making from day one. It's the community. We established and incorporated Smart Contracts 2.0 here with Inc. but there's something that's been here way longer, and it's the foundation of Astar, which is us, the people. And exclusively also, the ambassadors deserve a shout out here for their long tenure, 2 years or more, when we were known as Plasm. So Astar Flight Club, what it is, it's basically a playground for any user, any community member who is interested in being an ambassador for Astar. And it consists simply of a Telegram group where you are connected with many other ambassadors and the other core team members. And if Toma can move to the next slide, you'll see some of their beautiful faces, including Sota, who is in this Fight Flight Club. And it's mainly just a play on words to show us what you got, really. What do you have? If you're a content creator, share it in there. We'll support it. The other ambassadors and myself and the other core team members are always looking for contributors to the network. In this group, in this flight club, you interact, you keep track of the content you make, and if you're passionate about supporting Astar and the mission here, it will show, and we will vote you on our monthly call to become an official Astar ambassador. So there's also tiers to this program, and you can find out more. We'll be sharing more info. It's already been in the works and has been functioning for quite a while now. And there's obviously support for these ambassadors to grow yourself in your Web3 career or in any way you want, whether that's, leading certain initiatives, receiving support for an idea you have. We're always here to listen to you and help you grow, and returning the favor for helping us grow. So please, if you're interested in the ambassadorship, reach out to me, reach out to Toma, reach out to any one of us, and we'll direct you to the right place. And finally, the NFT, just a reminder, with our partners, Paras, who now we're extending and kind of having this multi-chain relationship and extension. Go mint your NFT there. And there'll be more info on the other NFT as well and how you can mint that one. Just a little note on the gas transaction. It is claimable again, and I'll add the link here for how to interact with the contract and get that rent fee based on these Wasm contracts that we're launching. Obviously, everything will be improved, and communication and these processes will be more streamlined, but please check that out. And also, with the inclusion of these smart contracts, we think there's also Astar's new venture into Remark Inc. NFTs, and that'll be coming up really soon. And we're all going to explore this new world together, and this technology that is by far way more advanced and can lead to new opportunities and new innovations. So thanks again, everybody, and thanks for joining us here.
Thank you so much. Thanks. As you see, we have a lot of opportunities how to become a part of Astar family and work with us as well. As incubator, a lot of hackathons, bound to just follow us Twitter and you will see even more. Flight Club, and yeah, just a lot. If you're a developer or enthusiast, you could do that. So we're really out of time. So it's time to conclude today's session. My screen works. Yes. So as we conclude today's session, I want to encourage you to get involved to the Astar network community and contribute to the development of the Wasm smart contracts and all the tools as well, whether you're a developer, community builder, or just enthusiast. You could do that, and your participation on make significant impact on the growth of Astar ecosystem and a bunch of and other ecosystems as well. So let's continue to work together in fostering innovation. I want to express my gratitude to all the participants here in today's broadcast. And thank you so much. Thank you for being today with us. And see you. Bye-bye.